Lord Gwyn, Lord of Cinder and Sunlight, was the greatest of gods and the mightiest of warriors in all of Lordaeron. He ruled over Anor Londo, a beautiful city adorned with Gothic towers, all sorts of artistic works, and a glorious view. Although his army was large and powerful, he was accompanied by his 4 most trusted knights. The captain of the 4 was Dragonslayer Ornstein, known for wielding his lightning-infused spear, powerful enough to cut a giant boulder in 2. The second one was Lord's Blade Ciaran, a member of a dangerous assassin group employed by Gwyn. The third knight was a giant known as Hawkeye Go, an archer that lost his eyesight over the years. But back in the Age of Ancients, he was known for fighting off dragons with his trusted greatbow. And then there was the fourth knight, also known as the strongest of the 4, Artorias, a skilled warrior wielding a massive greatsword, arguably one of the best fighters in the realm of Lordaeron. But his tale ended shortly as he ventured into an ever-growing darkness called the Abyss that started plaguing the town of Ulasil. Artorias managed to survive the darkness by using a magical ring he acquired after forming a covenant with the creatures that lived in the Abyss. When he came back to Anor Londo, he was rewarded with a silver pendant and the nickname the Abysswalker. He started forming a hatred for the servants of the dark, and as the only one able to traverse the Abyss, Artorias wanted to return to the dark to fight the cause of the Abyss, the primeval man, Manus. And with that, Artorias wanted to end the darkness from spreading any further. Artorias was accompanied by his grey wolf Sif, and together they traveled to Ulasil. While in the Abyss, Artorias managed to save Sif from the darkness surrounding them by using his cleansing shield to create a protection barrier around the small wolf. And without his shield and with an injured arm, Artorias was consumed by the darkness. Years later, an unknown hero arrived in Lordaeron on a pilgrimage to link the First Flame. On his journey, he ventured into an overgrown forest filled with dark trees bathed in moonlight, also known as the Darkroot Garden. The hero crossed a huge river and discovered a massive graveyard surrounded by ancient weapons after countless battles. On the massive gravestone at the center of the graveyard, a large grey wolf appeared called Sif, and the gravestone belonged to none other than Artorias himself, now guarded by his trusted wolf companion. After the hero faced Sif in a brutal duel, he managed to slay the poor creature that had guarded his master's grave all these years. The wolf howled in the dark night, and as his lifeless body fell to the ground, the hero obtained a ring that symbolizes Knight Artorias' covenant with the beasts of the Abyss. Its wearer, like Artorias himself, can traverse the Abyss. After obtaining the Abysswalker's ring, the hero met a princess named Dusk. This is what she told him.
This may strike thine ear as somewhat peculiar, but long ago, in my homeland of Ulasil, I was beset by a creature from the Abyss. I would have perished then, were it not for the great knight Artorias. In truth, I saw little of what transpired, for mine senses were already fled, but even still, There was something about Artorias, a certain balance of the humors that quite perfectly fits your semblance.
The hero was now about to embark on the same quest that Artorias never got to complete. He were to travel to Ulasil and fight off Manus himself. The hero was taken back in time to a place that reminded him of Darkroot Garden, but before the forest was overgrown and dark, but rather open and lit up by sunlight. The hero traveled far into the woods surrounding Ulasil and eventually arrived at the Colosseum. As he entered the open fighting grounds, he witnessed a dark creature being completely obliterated by a knight in shining armor, wearing a blue cape, a pointy helmet, and wielding a massive greatsword resting on his shoulder. His other arm was unusable, only hanging against his waist while he rushed towards the hero. This knight was indeed the Artorias that Lordran once knew, but consumed by the darkness, lost and mad.
Whatever thou art, stay away. Soon, I will be consumed by them, by the dark. I beg of the spread of the abyss. It must be stopped.
Below him emanates a dark purple fog. A part of the abyss had already consumed him, and after a heavy duel with the now crippled Abysswalker, he was finally put out of his misery. The hero traveled further into the abyss and found a small wolf, protected by a barrier, and this was indeed a young thief. The hero fled him, and together they faced the primeval man Manus, and managed to defeat him once and for all. The tale of Artorias is a tragic one, a hero that was slowly consumed by the dark, but as the old heroes pass away, the new heroes take their place. Artorias the Abysswalker ventured into the darkness, and an unknown hero came back alive. Manus and Abyss with him was finally defeated. Centuries later, a legion of warriors was created to battle the Abyss if it kept growing. They took inspiration from Artorias and his trusted wolf. They partook of wolf blood so that they could learn the techniques of the Great Knight himself. They called themselves the Abyss Watchers, reminding the people of the great hero who shall not be forgotten. They live to further convey the tales of the legendary swordsman Artorias, the Abysswalker.